Emma stood in front of the store mirror, fixing the hem of a blue dress on a mannequin. The lights in the shop were warm and soft music played in the background. It was just another day at Dale's Clothing, the small shop where she had worked for the past 4 years. She liked her job. Helping people feel good about themselves made her happy. Customers often asked for her by name. Emma, can you help me find something for a job interview? Or Emma, do you think this color suits me? She always gave honest answers and kind smiles. Her coworkers trusted her too. They knew she'd cover a shift, stay late, or help fold when things got busy. Emma was in her late 20s, with gentle eyes and a voice that made people feel calm. She was known for being thoughtful, never raising her voice, never showing off. She didn't need to. Her hard work spoke for her. But lately, something had changed. Emma touched her stomach gently when no one was looking. Just last week, the doctor had confirmed she was pregnant. At first, she felt afraid. Was it too soon? Would she be able to handle it? She wasn't married, but she knew she wanted to keep the baby. Then came the excitement, tiny baby clothes, nursery colors, little name ideas. Still, she hadn't told anyone at work yet. That morning, she woke up early and decided it was time. She practiced what she would say while brushing her hair. I'm pregnant, but I'm ready to keep working. I want to do my best for as long as I can. She hoped Mr. Reynolds, the store manager, would understand. He wasn't exactly warm, but he had always seemed fair. She wanted to believe he would support her. During her lunch break, she glanced at the clock. Her hands were a little shaky. She wiped them on her jeans and walked slowly toward the back office. With a deep breath, she knocked on the door. Come in, Mr. Reynolds said without looking up. Emma stepped inside and smiled nervously. Hi, I wanted to talk to you about something important. She didn't know it yet, but that moment would change everything. Mr. Reynolds sat behind his desk, typing something on his computer. He didn't look up when Emma walked in. The room smelled like coffee and old paper. His glasses were low on his nose, and he seemed busy. Emma stood quietly for a second. Then she cleared her throat. I wanted to let you know, I'm pregnant. Mr. Reynolds finally looked up. His face didn't show surprise or happiness. He just stared at her, blinking. I see, he said, his voice was flat. Emma tried to smile. I just wanted to be honest early on. I still plan to work as much as I can. I feel good and the doctor says everything looks fine. He nodded slowly, but there was something cold in his eyes now. You've been a good worker, Emma, he said. But this changes things. Her heart dropped. What do you mean? Well, he said, folding his hands, pregnancy comes with a lot of challenges. Doctor visits, missed days, slower work, and let's be honest, retail is fast-paced. We need people who are fully available. Emma's hands started to shake again. I can still work. I've been here for 4 years. I know the store inside and out. Mr. Reynolds sighed. I'm not saying you're not good at your job, but I have to do what's best for the business. She didn't understand. Are you saying you're letting me go because I'm pregnant? He looked away. I'm saying your time here is done. You can finish out the week and we'll give you a small bonus. It's not personal. It's just business. Emma couldn't believe it. She had shown up every day, worked holidays, helped customers with patience. And now, just like that, she was being pushed out. Not because she had done something wrong, but because she was going to be a mother. She stood frozen for a moment. Then she turned and walked out, her heart pounding in her chest. Her eyes filled with tears, but she held them back until she got to the stockroom. There, behind a stack of boxes, she sat on a stool and cried. It wasn't fair. It wasn't right. Emma had always believed that hard work would be enough. That being kind and loyal would matter. But now it felt like none of it did. What she didn't know was that this painful moment would become the first step towards something much bigger. The days after Emma's dismissal were hard. The world outside the store felt different. The streets, the grocery store, even her own apartment. Nothing felt the same. She had never imagined that a simple pregnancy would cost her everything. Emma spent the next few weeks applying for jobs everywhere. But no one seemed to want to hire a pregnant woman. Every interview ended with polite excuses. "Thank you, but we're looking for someone with more availability. We need someone who can start immediately." She began to feel invisible. When she did find a job opening, it felt like the door slammed shut before she even stepped inside. No one wanted to take a chance on her, now that she was expecting. Some nights, she stayed up late, staring at the empty baby clothes she'd bought. The little shoes and hats sitting in a drawer she couldn't even open without breaking down. She had always dreamed of becoming a mother. But now that dream felt far away. Each time she looked at the tiny clothes, the reality of what had happened would hit her hard. Her mom called every day, trying to offer support. "Emma, I know this is tough, but you're strong. You've always been strong." But strength felt like a distant memory to Emma. The excitement of becoming a mom had been overshadowed by fear. What if she couldn't provide? What if she couldn't do it alone? One afternoon, as she scrolled through job listings on her phone, she found herself looking at the store she had worked at. Dale's Clothing. She could see the familiar sign in her mind: the shelves, the hanging dresses, the cashier desk where she used to stand. A part of her wanted to cry, but another part of her felt a fire starting to burn. What if she could prove to herself, and everyone else, that she wasn't just going to sit back and let this define her? With a deep breath, Emma closed her phone and made a decision. "I'm not done," she whispered to herself. "I won't let this be the end." She started researching, reading articles, watching videos on entrepreneurship, and learning about how small businesses worked. She didn't have much money, but she had something even more powerful: determination. Her online store selling handmade baby clothes and accessories became her first step. She worked late into the night, sewing little onesies and booties. Slowly, she gained followers on social media who loved her designs. The idea that had once felt like a far-off dream was becoming a reality. Emma realized something important. She didn't need anyone else's permission. She had everything she needed inside herself. Weeks passed, and Emma's online store slowly gained traction. She would wake up early, long before the sun came up, to sew baby clothes in the quiet of her small apartment. Her daughter, Lily, wasn't born yet, but Emma liked to imagine what it would be like to dress her in the colorful onesies she made with her own hands. At first, it was just a few sales here and there. She would post pictures of her handmade items on Instagram, sharing stories about how each piece was carefully stitched with love. Slowly but surely, people started taking notice. Her orders grew, and with them came a new sense of pride. Emma realized that, although she was still learning, she had created something real, a business that was hers. She didn't have much to start with. There were late nights, moments when she felt too tired to continue, and doubts about whether anyone would care about what she was making. But every time she received a message from a customer saying how much they loved the clothes, it reminded her that she was on the right path. But there was more. As she worked, Emma realized that she didn't just want to make baby clothes. She wanted to create something bigger, something that could make a difference in the world. She began thinking about how her store could stand for more than just profits and sales. She wanted it to be a place that supported women, especially mothers like her, who were trying to balance everything in life. She started to feel a sense of purpose she had never known before. As Emma spent more time researching and learning about running a business, an idea began to grow inside her. What if she could open her own store? What if she could have a place where women were celebrated, where hard work and family came together? She began planning. Emma saved every penny she could, keeping a tight budget and watching the numbers closely. She found a small space for rent in a busy part of town. It was a little run down, but the location was perfect. She knew that if she could just make it work, this could be the beginning of something big. The thought of opening a real store excited her, but it also scared her. Could she really do this? Could she take the risk and build something that would last? But deep down, Emma knew one thing for sure: she wasn't afraid of hard work. She'd already done that. Now she was ready for the next step. As the months passed, Emma's little online business grew bigger. It wasn't just about the clothes anymore, it was about the message behind them. With every sale, Every new follower, she felt more and more like she was on the right path. People started to recognize her brand for more than just cute baby clothes. They admired her story, her journey from being fired to building something all on her own. But there was still a part of her that couldn't forget the pain of losing her job. She had worked so hard at Dale's Clothing. She had given it everything, only to be thrown out the moment her body changed. That anger, that sense of betrayal, stayed with her. But instead of letting it break her, Emma used it as fuel. It became the fire that kept her going when things got tough. One day, as Emma sat in her small office surrounded by fabric and sketches, she came across a news article online. It was about Dale's Clothing, the store where she had worked. The article said that the store was in danger of going out of business. The headline was a sad one: "Local store struggles to stay open amid financial issues." Emma stared at the screen. She hadn't heard anything about the store since she was fired. But now, seeing it in trouble, a part of her felt a strange mixture of sadness and something else. Something she couldn't quite describe. Was this the chance she'd been waiting for? Her phone buzzed with an email from a local realtor. The subject read "Storefronts available in prime location." That was it. The thought hit her like a wave. She could buy the store, she could own it. The place where she had been dismissed, where her dream had felt shattered, could be where she built her future. It felt crazy. Could she really do this? Could she buy a store and turn it into something bigger than what it had been? She had no idea, but something inside her told her she had to try. She couldn't let this opportunity slip away. With the strength she had gained over the months, through pain, perseverance, and small victories, Emma picked up the phone. She made an appointment with the realtor, ready to take the first step toward reclaiming what had been taken from her. This time, no one would get to decide her worth. The day Emma met with the realtor felt like a dream. She was nervous, her heart pounding in her chest, but she kept reminding herself that this was what she had worked for, what she had fought for. She had no idea how this would play out, but she knew one thing for sure: it was time to take control. The realtor, a friendly woman named Rachel, led Emma into the old building. The store was quiet, the floors creaking beneath their feet. The once bright and welcoming shop now looked empty and worn down. The shelves were dusty, the lights dim. It didn't look like the place where she had spent countless hours helping customers. It felt like a shadow of what it used to be. "This is it," Rachel said, showing Emma around. "It's got potential. It just needs someone with vision and energy to bring it back to life." Emma walked through the aisles, imagining what the store could become. She could see new shelves, vibrant displays, and a welcoming space for women and mothers. She could already picture herself standing at the register, helping customers, just like she used to. But this time, it would be her store. Her rules. When they sat down to discuss the terms, Emma's hands trembled slightly as she signed the papers. The numbers were intimidating, and the responsibility felt huge. But Emma had learned something over the past few months: when you've been knocked down, sometimes the only way to rise again is to take a leap, even when you're scared. She signed the final document and handed it over to Rachel. "It's done," she said, her voice steady, despite the excitement bubbling inside her. "I'll buy it." Rachel smiled, her eyes twinkling with excitement. "You've made a bold choice. This is going to be an exciting new chapter." As Emma stepped out of the building, she took a deep breath of the fresh air outside. She felt something shift inside her. She had done it. She had taken back control of her story. No one could tell her anymore that she wasn't enough. No one could fire her from her own business. The power was hers now. Her phone buzzed with a message from her mom. "So proud of you. This is just the beginning." Emma smiled, staring at the message. It was true. It was just the beginning. She had been pushed down, but now she was rising higher than ever before. The road ahead wouldn't be easy. There would be challenges, doubts, and days when she felt exhausted. But for the first time in a long while, Emma felt something else, something stronger than fear. She felt hope. The store was ready. It hadn't been easy, but Emma had put her heart and soul into transforming it. She had hired a team of women, moms, students, and others looking for a fresh start. Every inch of the place had a new purpose. The shelves were stocked with beautiful clothes, accessories, and baby items, many of them designed by Emma herself. There were bright colors everywhere, soft music playing in the background, and a sense of warmth that hadn't been there before. When Emma stood behind the counter, she couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. This was her dream, standing right in front of her. She had taken the hurt, the rejection, and the fear, and turned it all into something beautiful. The first day the store opened was quiet, but Emma wasn't worried. She had learned that success didn't come overnight. She greeted every customer with a smile, offering them the same kindness she had always shown at Dale's Clothing. But this time, it felt different. This time, Emma wasn't just helping customers find the right clothes. She was offering them a place where they could feel valued, where their stories mattered. As the weeks went on, the store started to grow. More customers came in, attracted not just by the clothes, but by the atmosphere Emma had worked so hard to create. Word spread quickly about the woman who had turned a broken dream into a thriving business. Emma was invited to speak at local events about entrepreneurship and the power of persistence. Her story touched people, especially women who had faced challenges of their own. One afternoon, as Emma sat in the back office watching her employees work, her daughter Lily came running in, her small hands holding a drawing she had made. "Look, Mommy," Lily said, showing her the picture of a store with a big heart above it. "It's our store, I love it." Emma's heart swelled with emotion. She had done it. She had created something that her daughter could be proud of, something that would teach Lily the power of resilience and hard work. The store was more than just a business now. It was a symbol of everything Emma had been through, and everything she had become. It was proof that even when life knocked you down, you could rise again. Emma smiled, looking out at the store she had fought so hard to make hers. She had done it. She had taken control of her future, and she was just getting started. If you enjoyed Emma's journey from struggle to success, be sure to like this story and share it with others who might need a little inspiration. Leave a comment below to tell us how Emma's story resonated with you, or share your own experience of overcoming challenges. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that remind us all of the power of persistence and self-belief.